There's no pause to gather breath as they head downhill towards the fourth last. Mad Moose in third, Jet Nova still with a fair bit to find in fourth place. This is the downhill fence, and Silviniaco Conti in a little bit close, stumbles on landing. Kilcray Kim is closer as a result. Mad Moose in third, Jet Nova now appears well beaten off with Bulyaran Rai. So this takes shaken up Silviniaco Conti. Kilcray Kim, who closed at that fence, senses that all is not lost, and they're away from Mad Moose. Three from home. Silviniaco Conti is smoothly establishing a lead, however, over Kilcray Kim in second place and Mad Moose. Three fences remain, and Silviniaco Conti, one thinks that was a race-winning move because he's moved clear. Jet Nova and Bulyaran Rai are both fallers, three from home independently. Two out, Silviniaco Conti. Kilcray Kim has been pulled up before the second last, so all of a sudden we've only got two continuing because Handy Andy's been pulled up, and those two are Silviniaco Conti and Mad Moose. This is the final fence. Silviniaco Conti gets in close and really arches his back well. He's made a nice shape over his fences. He was ridden as if he was a good horse, and maybe he will be the rising star that'll follow wishful thinking and comply or die from this race success to greater things. Silviniaco Conti, three for Paul Nicholls.
Briefly jumping his way into second. Cannington Brook is back in fourth as they go towards six from home. Silviniaco Conti with Long Run going to within a couple of lengths. The Giant Bolster next, and then Cannington Brook and Weird Al still driven and not taking much interest, struggling to get on terms as they go to the penultimate ditch. Five out in the Betfair chase. Silviniaco Conti by a length and a half. Long Run, the former Gold Cup winner, right on his tail. And it's been a more enthusiastic display down the back this time than it was 12 months ago. Not taken out of his comfort zone as yet. Long Run. The Giant Bolster is on his tail in third. Cannington Brook ridden, but he's still in touch in fourth. And then 5 lengths to Weird Al. So they swing the final part of the turn and head for the final half mile, and 4 more fences in the Betfair chase. Walsh in front on Silviniaco Conti. Long Run away to the left, striding up to his tail, and then the Giant Bolster, Cannington Brook and Weird Al. Here's 4 out. Silviniaco Conti, another good jump, a bit quicker and a bit slicker than Long Run, who crosses to the near side. Whaley Cohen removes a set of goggles. The Giant Bolster's just a half length down, and they move to the last ditch. 3 out. Silviniaco Conti, a good jump, slight mistake in third from the Giant Bolster, reaching for it, and now Whaley Cohen just begins to nudge away on Long Run. Can he get on terms as Walsh crouches lower on Silviniaco Conti? Weird Al has stayed on into fourth. Here's the second last. Silviniaco Conti by a length. Long Run and the Giant Bolster chase him down to the last, and then Weird Al. Walsh more animated still on Silviniaco Conti. Long Run and the Giant Bolster try to get to him. Here's the final fence. Silviniaco Conti in a bit close. Long Run with half a chance as he chases him up the run-in. The Giant Bolster back in third. Silviniaco Conti finding plenty for Walsh's urgings. Long Run who's still chasing, but the young pretender, Silviniaco Conti, picks up for Walsh and Nicholls where Quarto Star left off. Tack under Searle under pressure once more, and the Giant Bolster coming back to rejoin the leading line. Heading for the last mile of the race, they go towards the 12th. Q Card, again out jumped by Silviniaco Conti. Harry Topper drops back to the tail of the field. Menora in the shades of blue making progress within 3 lengths of the lead, and it's Q Card and Jacob and Silviniaco Conti and Feely as they take the next. The Giant Bolster just a half length away under Tom Cannon. Then Menora, Dinas, Medemy, Tack under Searle still being chased along, has become a little outpaced. Then Double Ross and Harry Topper, and Q Card was big and bold there alongside Silviniaco Conti over the ditch. Tack under Searle meanwhile is being pulled up sharply and is out of the race. He was struggling at the time, so leaving the back straight. They've got 4 more left to jump. Silviniaco Conti on the outer of Q Card. The Giant Bolster coming under heavy pressure. Dynasty's easing into it, about 4 lengths off the lead. Menora now shaken up on the inner of Medemy, and they've dropped Double Ross. Heads turn for home, and it's Q Card and Silviniaco Conti locked together as they draw towards 4 out. The Giant Bolster rallying under pressure. And then Dynast. Menora coming back on the bridle, easing into it. 4 out. Big leap from Silviniaco Conti. Moves on from Q Card. Here's Menora now delivered on the far side. Feely, though, asks for a little more from Silviniaco Conti, and he powers on into a 4-length lead from Menora. The last ditch. Silviniaco Conti. Menora chasing. Q Card back in third. Then Dinas, the Giant Bolster, and Medemy. And now Feely crouches low on Silviniaco Conti. Menora's looking menacing. Here's 2 out. Little to separate them. Menora on the right. Silviniaco Conti on the near near side. Two warriors of the winter game, locked in mortal combat as they approach the last. Silviniaco, Conti and Manora. No quarter given, none asked. Silviniaco, Conti back in front at the last. Manora digging in gamely for pressure. Silviniaco, Conti's stamina now beginning to kick in, and he starts to stretch away from a game Manora, and the road to gold starts here as Silviniaco Conti lands a second Betfair chase. Still just held the advantage, moving on towards another ditch. Fence 14. Silviniaco Conti by a whisker from First Lieutenant. Then Manora. Dinas travelling powerfully in fourth. A small break to Argo Cat, and then the ridden along Oublon de Zobo. And now the last in the back straight, 5 out. Silviniaco Conti, and there an error. First error of the race from Manora, and it immediately sees him under pressure. Johnson working away as Dinas makes smooth progress up into third behind the leading pair, who remain Silviniaco Conti and First Lieutenant. So down the side of the course with 4 more to jump in the Betfred Bowl. Silviniaco Conti pressured by First Lieutenant. Dinas 2 lengths away, still to be popped the question. Here's 4 out. Manora a little bit down on his nose, but rallying around the inner to reclaim third briefly. McCoy working away on Argo Cat, still just about clinging on to them in fifth as they sweep for home, and the final line of 3 fences. And now Geraghty gets to work on First Lieutenant, and it's still Silviniaco Conti. Scudamore out wide on Dinas trying to close. Here's 3 out. Silviniaco Conti from First Lieutenant. Manora angled out. Dinas only a couple of lengths off them. Argo Cat going for an up the inner. Still 5 with a chance as they come to the last ditch. 2 out. Silviniaco Conti just ahead from First Lieutenant. Dinas now shaken up. Then in behind Argo Cat and Manora. The long gallop towards the last. Silviniaco Conti game. Dinas now staking his claim on the near side. First Lieutenant fighting on between them. Then Argo Cat. They're all running around a little. Silviniaco Conti. Dinas, though, the final challenger. Here's the last. Silviniaco Conti. A half length to Dinas. They start up the run in. Silviniaco Conti finding a bit more for Feely's urgings. Beginning to draw it away from Dinas. And today it's Silviniaco Conti's day. And he makes every inch of the running to win the Betfred Bowl.
Champagne Fever continues to travel powerfully in second place. He's on by about 2 lengths to the nose-banded Q Card. Dinas together in third and fourth places. Alfarov and Manora the next 2. Then John Spirit moving ahead of Double Ross. Wonderful Charm is behind this as they head down the back straight. And as they move on to this next plain fence, and pulled up is Wishful Thinking. Silviniaco Conti was up and over that safely. Still stalking him is Champagne Fever. 6 to jump now. Q Card is in behind them, and then comes Dinas. John Spirit is trying to get closer. Manora behind those. Over the next fence, all over that okay. Silviniaco Conti continues to lead by about 2 lengths to Champagne Fever. Here's the last of the open ditches. Dinas and Q Card behind those, and then comes Alfarov. They're all jumping it okay. John Spirit, Manora behind those from Wonderful Charm, and then Double Ross. This is the last over the far side. Silviniaco Conti got into it a little close, and Manora, a really bad error back in the field, but he stays in the race. Silviniaco Conti, though, is on the way to home. He's got plenty breathing down his neck, though. In second place is Champagne Fever. Q Card on the rails. Dinas, Alfarov. John Spirit still going okay. Any one of this sextet could win the William Hill King George as they come into the home straight now. They have less than a half mile to go. 3 to jump. Silviniaco Conti continues to be the one to catch. Last year's winner at the third last. Good leap over it. John Spirit belted it in 6th place. Champagne Fever being ridden along. Dinas and Q Card the next couple. Heading down towards 2 out. Silviniaco Conti. Noel Feely now asks him for more, and here he goes. He leads by 3 lengths. In second place is Champagne Fever, who appears to be 1 pace. Dinas and Q Card the next 2. Silviniaco Conti is heading towards the final fence, the 18th and last fence. He's up and over safely. Dinas is chasing him and trying to close him down. Champagne Fever behind that, but it's Silviniaco Conti becomes the 14th dual winner of the race. He wins it well. Dinas in second place. Alfarov has grabbed third place near the line from Champagne Fever.